You may think your enemy lies beyond in the field of battle, but what foes await in the darkness of your mind? Shadows waiting to become real. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep, and when last we left off, we have left the part with enemies that are corporeal. We are now in the half of the first level of the Palace of Shadows, where the enemies are incorporeal. The walls may be real, and the chests that we've looted are also real, but the foes are not real, and yet are real. They're just as capable of killing us as any of the other enemies we've met, but their bodies are not entirely there, and they are harder to see, making them a far more difficult prospect to defeat. On more than one occasion, they've got very close to killing us, but close is not close enough. And now we have to go into the mirror that we know is here. This mirror will bring us to this central part, and we want to go to that central part. We want to defeat the enemies that are there, get the loot that is there, and see if there is anything else. We will go through here and promptly ignore the foes that are here. We don't need to fight them, so we're not going to. Instead, we are going to go down into here and go through that mirror and see what lies beyond the mirror. Well, if there's anything different, that is. We sort of know what we're going to see because this whole area is a reflection of the other half of the Palace of Shadows. Or is that part the reflection of this one? Who knows? All we know is we need to go through this mirror. Off we go! Well, that one was just as pleasant to go through as the last one, eh? It was not pleasant at all. Let us be very careful walking down this corridor, for the foes that we will meet are not going to be immediately obvious. Anyone here? No, not yet. We need to be very observant as well as to where the illusionary wall is. It's right there. We haven't found it yet, but we will. Onwards we go. Being very careful just in case any enemies have appeared behind us. They could do that. There is a scroll. Let's see what it says.
What does this mean?
May you live to be 101, and may mine be the last voice that you hear. Morpheus Blackstaff. Curious. What does that mean? Let's keep moving, shall we? Further down the corridor. Is there an illusionary wall nearby? There may be, for we're about to go down this corridor. Anything here? Well, we can't go back, that's for sure. And over there will be where we need to go to get to another area. For now, though, we're going to go down here. Anything here? The answer is yes. This will lead to here, and we want to go this way. See if there are any foes for us to face. There is a mirror here. This mirror is not like the other mirror. This mirror is dangerous. This mirror is very dangerous. There wasn't a mirror on the other side. There was not a mirror on the other side. So we're going to have to take care of this foe. There is a foe within that mirror. And I think if we attack enough with our hammer, we should be able to take care of that. We need to be very careful, though. Maybe that is a shadow of Drake himself. The evil, shadowy version of him. Either way, we're going to have to defeat this foe. Let's save, and let's have at thee. Let's just step over here and very quickly attack. There we go. We got a shard of this mirror. That's quite important. Let's move on, shall we? Over here. Any foes here? It doesn't seem like it yet. We are now here, on the outer part of this, and this will lead over to here. Eventually, we will find where enemies were last time. Let's hope enemies aren't there this time. They're probably going to be here. We haven't found one yet, but there might be one. There isn't one here. What about here? Any foes at all? You know, in this game, when it's too quiet, that really makes me nervous. Because enemies can just pop up from anywhere, especially here. As you can see, especially here. Suddenly, there is a skeleton. And we need to take care of this skeleton. We definitely need to take care of this skeleton. There may be more foes than just that skeleton. But that skeleton was very well timed indeed. Just talking about how there were no foes around, and then suddenly, that happens. That happens, and you have to worry all over again that somebody's going to appear and try and kill you. We're actually very low on magic right now, but I think the magic that we have is going to suffice for just long enough. Just long enough that we can get out of here afterwards. Let's just do some healing, shall we? There we go. We'll try our best to get ourselves out of the red there. There we go. I think we have just enough magic to do that. Just enough. We need to be very careful as to keeping some magic on this one. We cannot use the magic on that one, because if we do, we're in some serious, serious trouble. Also, let's find this. And go through here, just to show that it indeed is here, much like in the other half of the Palace of Shadows. Let's keep going, shall we? There is this way, and again, we don't want to go through here yet. We are not strong enough to go through there. We will be eventually, but we aren't just yet. There may be a foe down here. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a foe down here. A foe that once again is going to catch us completely by surprise. So let's be very careful. There's loot. Do we want this yet? We'll grab it right now while we can. A healing potion, another potion, and that's it. Not too bad. Let's keep going. Any foes here at all? Let's quickly turn round just in case. Nothing. Again, the game is trying to play with the fact that foes aren't easily visible. But I know what you're up to, game. I know. There'll be foes somewhere. Just not here. Not yet. Any foes here? Any foes in here? The answer is no. There's going to be a foe somewhere. This area leads over to... Ah, we're actually back here. Which is good, because we have managed to go full circle. What we want to do now is we actually want to leave. We want to go back to the area before the Palace of Shadows. We can do that using this rune scepter, provided of course I use the correct part of the spell. I believe it's going to be this one? But we're going to save beforehand, because I don't use this spell very often. Is this the right part of the spell? Yes. It's going to bring us back to here. Back to just outside the entrance to the Palace of Shadows. And what we can do here is we can go and heal up completely. We can use this, we can replenish all of our rune scepters, and we can heal to full. Let us do that, shall we? Marvellous. And before you know it, we are full of health, full of mana, and ready to face the dangers of the Palace of Shadows once more. There are other ways to get out. This is the way that I like to use. And so, knowing that that is still there, let us save once more, and then, once again, enter into the Palace of Shadows. This does mean we get to see that cutscene again. I do like that cutscene. There are few games that have made me think, you are going into the final part of this game. better than that cutscene does. We are back here, back in the Palace of Shadows. And what we want to do is we really want to get into this area here. And we can only do that by using what we have found on our travels. Namely, we want to re-equip this right now. Namely, that we want to use these two pieces here that we have uncovered. Together, they make one symbol. Yin and yang together. We want to move forward, and it doesn't matter which side we go on to use this. Let's use this side, why not? We've all but explored this side anyway. Over here, I believe, is the way that we're going to use this. We'll put this here, and then this here. This is going to open up something that we haven't seen before. This door. This door was not here before, and it leads over to here. Why is this door important? Why would we want to use that door? You're about to find out when we step in to this area. Is this area the same? No, it does not lead over to here. It leads down. And down we're going to go. Very, very carefully.
Mortal fools, you dare think you can free my little family? Begone!
That's a lot of damage we just took. Why didn't Khull-Khuum kill us there and then? I don't know. Maybe now we are stronger than we were before, but that doesn't explain why he didn't kill us back then. Or maybe it does. Also, he came from here. There are no doorways here, no secret walls here. He just appeared out of nothing. Perhaps we need to think about what the Fairy Queen Iane told us. The fact that Thera hid the orbs away from Khull-Khuum made it so that he couldn't find them so easily. That is why various people have been seeking out the orbs for him, and why handily we are collecting them all together in one handy pile. If he kills us, he'll gain all of them. We don't want him to gain all of them. Let's keep moving, shall we? We haven't found any enemies here yet, which is good. We have, however, found that. That is an absolutely massive orb. We can't pick that orb up. It's just too big. It is far, far too big. And though it would be funny, Khull-Khuum does not appear here. Khull-Khuum would appear here if we'd have used this side to get to this area. We didn't. So he won't. It would be funny if he's like, "You definitely won't find your family. Go away." Kapow. It did deal a lot of damage. We were at full health when we encountered him. That was the other reason why I went to heal. We needed to heal. So we have to get past this. We can't get past it right now. It's just too large. This is where magic is going to be useful. Specifically one spell that I haven't used all game, but is invaluable to completing the game. Do you remember all the way back in the sewers, we got the shrink rune? We can shrink this down into a much more manageable size. And we're going to be picking up this orb, and it's going to do something astounding. We're just going to grab it here.
I can feel the power in this orb. Strength is running up my arms. I've been given the strength of Mari himself.
Are you in danger?
Nay, friend. The feeling is good. The strength is righteous.
Your aura glows stronger.
We must proceed with caution now. I feel this is a critical time. We must go quickly to Thera's temple and free the orbs. Khull-Khuum must have planned for this to happen, and I do not think he would be so forgiving of our intrusion after this point.
I imagine Khull-Khuum could not pick up that orb himself. We have gained 2 points of strength just by picking up that orb, which is useful. There are more things that we can do here, more places that we can go, but not this way, and not this way. Let us go this way. and explore a little more. Nothing here.
Drake, over here! Drake, over here!
Where is he? Is Folly here somewhere? We heard him. Could it be? Is he here? Let's keep exploring. Is he?
Drake, over here!
He must be down this corridor. Folly? Folly!
Farley, I thought you were Ook to go, banished from your people.
I was. I traveled to Khull-Khuum, the Dwarven capital, and made my peace with the elders as is our tradition. They absolved me, and I was no longer an Ook to Goth, but Farley Malastone once again.
Then what brings you here?
Couldn't let a friend down. And besides, this time I got permission. I spoke with the Queen, Iani. You are summoned to her side.
Really?
Truly, this is great news.
Nuh-uh, I don't want to go. You need me.
Don't worry, Farley is here. He can help us. Correct?
Aye, that is my duty.
I can't wait to see my friends again. That is, my other friends, Drakey.
I understand. Return home in Thera's safety.
I'll see you again someday. Toodaloo.
Good to have you back.
There's a job to finish, and I'm good at finishing what I start.
Right. Farley, this is Enigma. An honorable...
Elf, I can see.
Drake has spoken favorably of you, dwarf.
And I speak favorably of Enigma. He has earned my trust, like you have.
Drake's trust is enough for me. Well met, Enigma.
Well met, Folly. I wish it was a different place.
Agreed to all. Let us journey on, shall we?
We have regained Farley Malastone into our party, and boy am I glad to have Farley here. Now we have somebody who is skilled at ranged, and somebody else who is skilled in melee. And boy do we need somebody that is skilled in melee right now. We have a lot of things that we want to give him. We want to give him this hat. We also want to give him this magic armor. That was the reason I was holding on to it all this time. We also want to give him this here. And we have some rings that we want to give him. We want to give him this ring. And we also want to give him this ring too. I believe Farley can only have one ring on per hand. We also want to give him this axe, and we definitely want to give him this shield. Now we have a more balanced party. That said, I am sad that Sparkle is gone. Sparkle was really, really handy when it came to healing. Let us keep going, shall we? Let us keep going this way. This slot will not remain empty for long. We need to find more things. We need to find more places. We also need to find a really, really powerful weapon. But with a loyal friend at our side, we can keep exploring. As you can see, there is nothing else to do down here. The only way we can go now is down here, for we now have the strength to go down here. We are now strong enough to deal with the barrier that would have otherwise blocked our progress. And I didn't know that you could go and move away from Farley. I thought that the game would automatically make you go that way, but no, the game doesn't. You learn something new every time you play a game, as they say, and it's very true. There is nothing down here. But there is something in here, and there is something in here. And we're going to have to go into those areas. Let's head there right now, shall we? The sooner we get there, the sooner we can quite safely go into a new location. That said, it's not going to be safe to actually go there, because going there will make us fight a very difficult fight indeed. But with Farley at our side, surely we cannot go wrong. And Farley and Enigma get on quite well, which is good. Unlike Karzak and Enigma, who did not. We can't go this way, though. That is unfortunate. We're going to have to find another way out. We have another way out, though. We have our staff, our rune scepter, which will safely transport us out and away. Let's go. We are now safe once more. We might as well go and get some healing. Why not, eh? We need to recuperate all of that health that we just lost. How much health do you have right now, Farley, speaking of which? The answer is you have 180 and we have 160, which is pretty good. We'll just do that, get all of our magic back, and when we come back, folks, we shall once again enter into the Palace of Shadows. And once we're there, we're going to go into an area that we are now strong enough to get into. Those points of strength are really useful. I wonder what happens if you had full strength by the time you get to this point. Can you even have full strength by the time you get to this point? That is a good question. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.